Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders and Fun Stamper's Journey, and we are going to create a holiday card using the Fun Stamper's Journey stamp set of the month for October 2019. So this is what the stamp set looks like. So we've got some, they are red rubber, and they are cling. So we've got a beautiful star. We've got some small background stamps where we can create a background of diamonds or snowflakes, and then of course some sentiments. So let's just dig right in. So I took the big star and I stamped that onto some masking paper. This is the Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo. I love saying that. Ink-a-Dink. Okay, never mind. So I'm just going to play that or place this onto my card design. This has been cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So of course, if you've seen my previous videos, I like things in sets of 3. So I've cut 3 of those. Now, when I fussy cut them, I have this space around it. So I just cut around this image. I didn't go up to the line. I'm going to come in with my anti-static pouch. And I'm going to use my Versamark ink, and I'm going to come in with the snowflake background stamp, and I'm just going to stamp away. That's the beauty of that stamp. It doesn't matter if you go over. I'm just creating a background. So just like we would with our inks and the way we blend, I'm doing that same concept with this stamp and just creating a background of snowflakes. I'm going to grab my white embossing powder. This is by Recollection, and it's called Snow. And I'm just now going to cover my entire panel. Once I've covered that panel, I'm going to grab my heat tool. I'm going to let it warm up for a little bit because I don't want too much warping on my paper. And then I'm going to melt the embossing powder. Here's tip number 1. Remove the masking papers prior to heat setting. Because, yeah, they just curl right up. They don't like that heat. So, yeah, remove those carefully. I'm not sure why I didn't do that anyway, but, you know, just in case. Yep, remove those little tiny papers there. And now I'm just going to heat set this. So you can see I have these open spaces now sitting on my card design, which is exactly what I was looking for. So once this entire panel is set with the white embossing powder, I'm then going to come back in with the star stamp, the one that I made the masks out of, and I'm going to use my Versamark ink to stamp those images in that section. So I'm going to make sure though that I'm going to use my anti-static tool or my anti-static pouch again, because I did have masks there, and I want to make sure that nothing, the embossing powder that I use, is not going to stick. So I'm just going to put them in that area. So it's almost like they have their, well, they do, they have their own spot. I'm now going to pull in my silver embossing powder, and this too is also by Recollections. And I'm just going to make sure that these are well coated, and then I'm going to use my heat tool again, and I'm just going to melt the powder. So because I use the masks, I'm able to use 2 different colors of embossing powder on one piece of cardstock. Didn't have to use, you know, cut them out, prop them up, or anything like that. I'm then going to come in with one of my colored pencils, and the one that I chose is my Faber-Castell white. I love the look of just adding an accent when you emboss. It's almost like a monotone or monochrome type effect. You know, sometimes you don't need all of the bright colors. You can just use one colored pencil and get a beautiful effect and shading. And that's what I was looking for here, because while there's a lot going on this card, actually. I mean, I've got a lot of snowflakes. I got, 3 big stars going on. It covers the entire panel. But it is a very simplistic design. It's clean and simple. It doesn't have so much going on with it. So that white pencil, I'm filling in some of the dots in the center. I'm filling in those side panels that are within the star, and then I will be filling in the dots that are outside of those triangles to form the star. And again, don't need it to be solid, not looking for that, but just giving that hint of the color. And you can see those stars kind of stand out just a little bit more because the silver is not as white as that bright. Surprisingly enough, the vintage photo is not going to be part of this card. I know. Be surprised. But what is the white pigment by Desiree K. So I am going to grab one of my mini blenders, and I'm just going around the edge and making sure it's almost like it's looking through a window on a winter's night. And that's kind of what I was looking for. I used my anti-static pouch again on another shade of dark blue cardstock, and the sentiment that I chose was peach. Peach. Wow! I'm having a bad day, guys. It's peace. Okay. Wow. Only me. And again, I used my silver embossing powder. I'm going to use my scissors just to cut along that edge. And I'm going to angle the one end. I will come in with my white pigment ink again, just to let that stand out a little bit more, almost like a frame. And I will prop this up using some double-sided foam tape, just to give it just a little bit of dimension. The part that's hanging off, I will use my scissors to trim. And then I will set this down onto my standard A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And it will be a top folding card base. So I'm just adding some of my tape runner there. And then I will set that down onto my card. So that is today's project using the Fun Stamper's Journey stamp of the month for October 2019. I do hope you enjoyed that. There are other stamps there, so you have so many other possibilities to create your cards or other items that you may be creating. The link to this subscription will be down in the video description, along with a link to the Spellbinders blog, also their inspirational gallery, and of course their shop. So make sure you take the time to check those out as well. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I want to thank you so much, always, for stopping by and taking the time to watch my video. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell, hit the thumbs up, so that you know when the next video is coming your way. I hope everyone is having a great day, but always remember what's most important. Always be creative.